Hello, good afternoon. My name is Neel Kamal, and I am here going to show you a demo of our egress security solution. Why does managing your egress security matter, or managing your egress access matter? It matters because apps and VPC need access to internet for API access, for services, or for external resources. Many of the AWS web services are also available as a URL, as a HTTP or HTTP service. So that's why it matters. You would need it. Access to unapproved internet sites creates vulnerabilities. It's obvious. It leads to stealing of data. It leads to vulnerabilities of all different kinds. And here, as you heard before, bringing your traffic back to data center and then going to internet, many problems with that. Not only performance problem, cost problems. Because the packet leaves the VPC, you pay money. It leaves again, you pay money again. It goes to Azure, you pay money again. So it's cost as well as performance problem. And most importantly, there is a good chance that the regulations, internal or external, is anyway requiring that you manage your outbound internet traffic. It's just that initially in the cloud, developers are in control and they might not pay attention to it. But as serious stuff start going into the cloud, immediately it becomes a big no-no. So that's why it matters. Now, what does AWS or other cloud providers provide natively? Not much really. First thing is, all controls that are provided, they are at IP level. There is nothing which is URL or fully qualified domain name level. So that creates already a big set of problem, because you think about Salesforce, that already has 100 IPs, and the security policy, even if it allowing you 150, you will be out of it very quickly. So that's one problem. The second is, it does provide NAT gateway service, but then it is down to the IP, and then NAT instance would be at, so one is at a machine level, other is at the VPC level. If you do get control at the machine level, people might have 100 VPC, but they will have 10,000 instances. If you try to manage it at that level, it'll be complicated. So there isn't much provided natively, and therefore there is an architectural pattern. You can Google for it, and there are many architectural patterns that you will see. What are those common architecture patterns? I'll go quickly through it. These are the three. The first one is using NAT service. The second one is using a centralized execution type of service using firewall. And third is inline execution. Obviously, inline execution has many benefits. Like we talked about cost, it is not going from one to another place. It doesn't have additional latency. It's really the idea of distributed execution, but centralized management. You manage it from one place, but the egress is actually happening by these cloud routers, these minions which are in the control of a central controller. And that's the architecture we are proposing here. Let's look at a demo. Once again, this is the Aviatrix controller. You know about it. This is the web console. It is an AMI that is running in an instance in AWS, Azure, or Google. You can, once you have it running, you can go to the use cases and go to the VPC egress security use case, and it will give you these options. The first step is launch the gateway. The second step is, which is optional, is to discover the URLs that you want, that your application might already be accessing. And third is actually the enforcement. Let me talk about third, and I'll come back and visit the second. So how does the enforcement work? Let's look at an existing one. If we look at this test VPC, it says that the tag is a collection of two URLs, star.ubuntu.com and google.com. And if you take this particular tag and I apply to a particular gateway, whichever, if there was one, you would have built an enforcement from that particular VPC to allow only two URLs, star.ubuntu.com and google.com. That's how it works. And there was a question before, are these templatized or tagged? That's how it is. You can create multiple tags and start associating with it. You can have a tag which is called all safe URLs accessed by this company and attach it to all the VPCs. And you can have database safety level type of tags created and apply it to the VPC where you have databases. Production will be different from your staging or testing servers and things like that. Now, a cool thing about how this space is evolving is, if you ask a cloud engineer, even if you had a way to enforce egress security, how do you even figure out which URLs do you want to limit it to? And they will say it's pretty simple. I lock everything down and I let the developers cry. And when they cry, then I will figure out slowly how to add these up. That's how, it sounds funny, but that's a practice across our experience working with hundreds of customers. And obviously, this was something that was not cool or okay with us, so we built something for it, and that's called discovery. You can launch our gateway in a discovery mode, and all it will do is it will sit there, and it will find out all the URLs that is going from that VPC. Then it will give you a way to download that file. It could do two things. You as a network engineer, cloud engineer, it will give you access to what is happening from this VPC. You might find things that you are not hoping for. So then you escalate those things. Or otherwise, it gives you a safe list or a starting point list that you can then freeze and create a tag for and associate to the VPCs that you want.
Funnily enough, last week I was doing similar kind of thing. Just I had to import all the Squid logs, put them together, and then grep them.
Yes.
So we monitored a previous couple of months of logs.
Yeah.
And then filtered them.
There is that hard way too. For the very hardworking people, they figure out that way, but we make it very, very simple. Because many people take the lazy approach of close everything down and just go from there.
But this is completely optional, so we can decide not to adopt it.
Yes,
Right?
That is true. That is true. It is optional. You can still decide to do the enforcement.
But the thing is that we still, unfortunately, found that there were still a couple of URLs that we missed.
Okay.
So it can still happen.
It can still happen. That's a valid point.